Okay, that's enough of you lot enjoying the music. Good evening. It is Saturday the... Actually, I don't know because the watch still doesn't tell me. Really must fix that. The 30th of January 2021. Got there in the end. Sorry I'm a little bit late, but I was watching Linus Tech Tips to be completely honest with you. Anyway, moving on. It is Mike's Unboxing. This is the live stream for Saturday evening. Hopefully you're all having a good time and your Saturday night officially starts right now. So make sure you got your drinking glasses on and got your beers in the fridge, got your champagne on ice, and obviously soft drink for the ladies. I was waiting for Kath to look round on that one. That was moderately sexist. But you don't have to be a lady to drink soft drinks. You can also be a male. I have seen it happen. There was a Coca-Cola advert many, many years ago with a man who was semi-naked drinking Diet Cola, which I think that was possibly sexist, but it was the 90s, so nobody really cared. Talking of nobody really cared, let's discuss my PC that I'm trying to sell at the moment. That is what this stream is mostly about tonight, and also it's going to be about buying and selling PC components and the crazy, crazy, crazy world that we live in at the moment, where everything is ridiculously expensive or not available. Is an absolute nightmare. And also we may, depending on how things go, we may take a little troll down to Facebook Marketplace Lane and look at some of the absolutely ridiculous marketplace advertisements at the moment. It is an absolute minefield. It is like the Wild West at the moment. Nobody can buy PC components. Scalpers going crazy. People are selling absolute dog piles of PCs for ridiculous amounts of money. Yet, here's me, Mike's Unboxing, semi-famous Bristolian, trying to sell his ex-work PC, which was in the background. Actually, I haven't turned my PC on. What is going on? What an absolute amateur. So I'm trying to sell my old PC, which was in the background, which we'll be taking a look at very shortly. And for some reason, it's just, well, it's not selling. One person straight away, actually within about 30 minutes of it being listed, excellent, I want it, I'm 1000% interested, which clearly the alarm bell should have been ringing by then. 1000% interested means basically it's going to be a no-show. And this was on Wednesday, and I thought to myself, I don't really want to hold on to it, but I'll give the guy the benefit of the doubt. We'll go for it. So I said, okay, if I've still got it Friday, you're more than welcome to it. We'll sort something out. Obviously, taking into account COVID restrictions, etc., blah, 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 legal, la, etc. You know where I'm coming from with this, guys. Anyway, so arrangements were made. And he said, oh, I haven't got the money yet. It'll have to be Friday, that's okay. So, yeah, okay, whatever. And so Friday morning comes and goes. So send a message as you do. Hi, how you doing? Just checking in, make sure we're okay for today. If there's an issue or you haven't got the money or whatever, just let me know. It's absolutely fine, no problem. There's loads of other people interested, which actually there were. Just let me know, it's absolutely cool. And as per usual, well, either A, they're dead, B, they've lost their phone, or C, they just cannot be effed to respond, which is generally the case for most of these Facebook monkeys. It really is. Like, they message you, you put a listing in straight away. First thing you do, you put your list in, it's all laid out. And actually, we'll go through it in a minute. I'll show you how it's laid out. It is laid out. I've got all the information there. As far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much seamless. I can't see any issues. I haven't left anything out as far as I know. There was one thing which is kind of debatable, which was the Wi-Fi situation, because it hasn't got Wi-Fi, but I haven't said it has Wi-Fi, so that kind of answers that question anyway, and you could always look the motherboard up, etc. But anyway, so they message you, you've got a price there, and they message you saying, how about 550, for example? It's like, yeah, 550 sounds great. Obviously not for my PC, because I want more than that, but yeah. And they're like, no, I definitely think your PC is worth 550. It's like, I don't care what you think is worth. Do you go into a shop, pick up a Mars bar, which is clearly labelled up as 55p, and you go to the cashier and say, I'll give you 45p, because that is what I think that Mars bar is actually worth. Of course you don't. Normally you would open up some lines of communication and negotiate. That is normally the way things are, not so much in shops, but in the kind of car used sales market, that sort of thing. Oh, it's gone again. Sorry, must log into PC. Top secret, put the PIN number in. 5757. Oops. Anyway, so yeah, you don't do it. You kind of negotiate. You don't say, I think this is what it's worth, this is what I want to give you. You say politely, in a very British way, with our stiff upper lip and our rather conservative ways, saying, well, £650 is a little bit more than I was expecting to pay. Would you be prepared to take a little bit less? Which is normally the opening salvo. At which point then, the seller can return to you and say, well, actually, I did want that money for it, but I am prepared to listen to your offer. Or they can tell you to go and jump off a cliff. Yeah. Middle finger time. Flip 'em the bird. Screw you, hippie. I do not respect your authority. All those kinds of things. So the option's there, but you don't just turn around and say to someone, I think your piece, I think it's worth $550. That's what I'm going to give you. I think that's fair, don't you? It's like, please learn to establish a rapport before trying to put something in my bottom. Anyway, let's say hello to some of you guys in the chat, because I've less about me. Let's talk about you. You guys, you're the people that matter. You're the important ones. It is Saturday night. This is your show. I do this for you. Well, and obviously the views and also the ratio for the algorithm for Google. But other than that, it's all for you.
And because the cats are shills. Oh
yeah, the cats are actual shills. Daisy is over there at the moment, and she's just said to me, in cat,
listen.
Don't see if you can hear it actually. Did you hear that? I don't think the mic would have picked it up, but basically Daisy said, Daddy, that's me, do you think that all the lovely people of the internet land watching at the moment would be interested in going over to your Patreon page and possibly donating some money in return for some fantastic merchandise, including mics and boxing pens, hoodies and t-shirts? Well, I don't know, Daisy. We'll have to wait and see what they do. Honestly, I've had no drugs this evening. This is really good. I'm feeling quite good today. It had to happen. Today I've filmed 3/4 videos, edited one, almost two, and got the stream ready, answered all the YouTube questions.
Had food twice.
Even eaten kind of crap food, but hey, you know me, living on the edge. Anyway, let's say hello to you guys in the chat before we take a look at my fantastic listing. And obviously, if any of you out there, any of you in YouTube land or Discordia, if any of you are interested in the PC, just PM me, DM me, email me, whatever you want to do. The address is there. You can quite clearly see it. I want to get rid of it. I don't want to rip anybody off, because that is the last thing I want to do. But I want a fair price for the PC, which we'll discuss later. I did actually, no, I'm going to do the hellos first of all, god damn it. It's the last thing I frickin' do. Right, David Aitken was first. Congratulations, David Aitken. You are now the first person. Ghost Adder was in, he says first as well, but clearly he wasn't. But he was the first to like. And if you want to be like Ghost Adder and be the first to like in your own home, click on the like button now, and you truly will gain the honour of being first in your home to like my Mike's unboxing video. Unless it's actually this home, in which case Kath's probably liked it, I'm probably going to like it, and Angel better like it, or she'd be looking for somewhere else to live.
And George never watches that stuff.
George won't watch it because he's not a teenager, but he's George. Trooper C is in the house and says, can't wait for this one, lads. And ladies, don't forget ladies and their fruit-based drinks. Jad 2016 says, I think 625 is a bit much in my opinion. To be honest with you, between me and you, we'll keep it between each other because I don't want to let us out there, but I've actually reduced it by 25 quid. It was 650 originally. So it's definitely overpriced, yeah.
Facebook Marketplace is like.
Sir Soppy Balls. I love that name. Sir Soppy Balls says, good afternoon, people. Evening, he's referred to. Sir Soppy Balls. I like that. That's a proper old-fashioned saying. You don't hear that so much now.
What is it?
Yeah, Soppy Balls. Like walking down the street and you see some.
You said hello, thanks at the end.
Someone doing something or other, doing something particularly badly or half-heartedly. You go, oh, look at old Soppy Balls over there. Brilliant, love it.
Oh, I learn something new every time.
Angry Doe says hello and welcome all. Hello and welcome. Actually managed to shave my head tonight as well and not get a rash. Things are looking up. Welcome to the new millennium, people, and here is Flame. Hello, Flame. How are you? Oi. No, simply not interested. Thug Tech Gamer. 80 minutes seems a bit long.
I was waiting for you to come on.
Oh, waiting. Yes, don't wait that long. Trooper C says, perfection takes time, my friend. If this is perfection, wow. Yeah, your expectations are extremely low. But thank you. Atom Mark says, hello all. Ugly Bob is in the house. Ugly Bob has been ignoring us this week, making out that he's busy at work. Yeah, right. Busy at work. Tech Thug Gamer. I said that already. Tom the Hammy says, howdy. Tom the Hammy. That's an unusual name. Very, very nice, so we like that. And quick interlude. For those of you that are new to the channel and don't know what the hell is going on, you're in the same boat as me, to be completely honest with you. But the RGB light comes on when there is a super chat, which gives me a thing to look at on my screen, basically. I'm going to have to scroll down for miles now and see who it was. I'm pretty sure I know it is. Cosmic Space Muffin. God bless you, Mary Poppins. He has given us 50 Nokia phones. Thank you very much for the 50 Nokia phones. And he says here, I think it's a fair price for the PC. What, 50 Nokia phones? Or the price that I've stated. Oh, bloody hell, Bob. Bob. I've just read something in the thing. Bob's dead. No, he's not. I'm like, Bob sent us a lovely RGB glass to for me to drink my beverages from. So you got it?
Stay calm.
I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I think I'm calm. Yes, I'm calm. Still alive. It's all good. We're happy days. RGB beer glass would be great. Yes. If that RGB beer glass. See if it actually works first of all.
It doesn't.
Oh, have I not put the batteries in yet?
I don't think so. No, they're
Oh,
out.
mother. Well, don't give it to me without batteries.
Where are the batteries?
That's half-hearted.
Where are the batteries?
You've got no chance of putting those in.
Why?
Because they are really difficult to put in.
I've got little fingers.
I know. Oh dear, tonight's going to go badly. I'm going to get demonetised, I can see. Right, let's say hello to the rest of you motley crew. Who else have we got in?
Where are they?
The batteries. They are in the Fahrenheit gift bag thing. Watch out! Don't break my monitor.
Yes.
Yeah. There is a special art of getting that out of there without damaging the monitor. And you did it. Well done. Trained her well. Rich York says, evening. Oh, good evening. You've all been singing in the chat, which is good to see. I still need, actually, where the hell is he? I can't see his name in here anywhere. Where is a rally? Not a rally, the other one, IKEA. Where is IKEA? And where's my music for my intro? God damn it. Making all these promises. Oh, Mike, I'll make some music for you. We'll make it. I need it. Got to get rid of Otis. There's another super chat come in, and that is from the lovely Ugly Bob. And he says, raise a glass to Kath's little fingers.
Oh.
Smiley face. It's not a bad idea. We should definitely do that. Paul Bakewell's in with us. We've got Captain Meets Adventures. Says, hey there, unboxers. Captain Meets Adventures have been very limited recently. Captain Meet, I have not seen you release any new videos. Don't blame lockdown for not having superhero duties to attend to. ClickTech Kev says, better late than never. True. That's what Bitwit said. There is, who else we? Goat Eli says, I'd say $750. Sounds good to me. Sky Stalker is good. Sky Stalker, you've had us all in a twiz this week. Sky Stalker, hopefully you won't mind me mentioning it, but I'm going to mention it anyway, and there's a delay, so by the time you've said I can't mention it, it'll already be mentioned, so is what it is. Sky Stalker has been having some renovations done on his on himself, and he's not been not been able to communicate and partake in the community of recently. And yeah, basically all of us from the Discord, and obviously those of you that know Sky from the YouTube as well, just take a moment and send in some positive vibes. If you've got a Q-Link on, which I currently have, give it a quick rub and the Q-Link and send Sky some positive vibes. Just imagine a Canadian man peacefully walking along, full of health and vitality, and just focus on that, and we'll send like an an intention experiment. So that's what we're doing. We're sending positive vibes to Skystalker.
Do they all go in one direction?
They do.
Does it matter which direction?
Yes, same one as they come out.
There weren't any in there to come out, so I don't know.
Oh no. Oh. Yeah.
Facing.
It goes in. There's one side which has got the little bars to hold the batteries in, and there's one side that hasn't. I think I left it in so it was open, so you could put them straight in. Can we do it? Because it is a bit tricky. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, talk amongst yourselves a minute while I destroy Bob's glass. I think for some reason
the plastic one in there, I put that in.
Yeah, there was a bit of plastic which is supposed to disable the batteries. God bloody hell, that's bright. Holy shit. There you go, Dave Aiken, there's another gift for you. Stop. Damn it. I can't see a thing now. I know why that was supposed to be the way around, because then if I bang it, it stops the batteries popping out. That's bloody clever, that is. Bloody clever. God, I can't read the screen now. Oh dear. Cosmic Space Muffin. Well, Mike, once you got blacked out PC, you won't go back to RGB. Hell no. I love my PCs. I do love it. It's very nice.
Will Cosmic Space Muffin's ass fit in Ugly Bob's glass?
Yeah, that is actually a good point. I don't know if you guys could hear that, because Kath refuses still to wear a microphone. Will Cosmic Space Monkey's ass... Sorry, will Cosmic Space Muffin's ass fit into Ugly Bob's beaker? It's not a beaker, is it really? RGB beaker. Actually, what one's that? Can you have can you start me off on something a bit lighter? Because otherwise I'm going to get into all kinds of trouble. Thank you. Sorry. I would get it myself, but it interrupts the stream. Kev2427 says, hey Kath. Hey, what about me?
Pinter.
Oh, let's have a pinter. What's that? What is that? That's the same. Hang on, we'll try it. Is that a pinter ass? Hey barkeep, I'll have a pinter ass. Oh, it's called pinter. Thank you, Cosmic Space Muffin. I really struggle with these names sometimes. A little bit of shit on there. Anyway. So, Paul Bakewell says, Facebook Marketplace, another Wild West, full of cowboys like eBay. It certainly is, and currently I'm actually one of them. Richard says, oh, I like Ranty Mike. I'm got to be honest with you, I'm pissed off with the whole situation. There's nothing you can buy. Like today, this is how bad things have got. I feel like I'm some sort of addict, PC component addict. So today I'm actually looking on the local stores, eBuyer. What the hell's that?
Dave Aiken.
Oh, is he dead? No. I was looking on things like eBuyer and stuff like that today, and Amazon, and I'm looking, struggling to say this, I'm looking for Radeon RX 550s and GT 1030 2 gig cards. I feel dirty. I want to wash my mouth out. I really do. It's absolutely insane. Why? Why are there no graphics? Well, we know where there's no graphics cards because the whole supply chain has gone completely, it's crapped itself. It really has. You've got limited supply chain, you've got fabrication issues, you've then got distribution issues, especially for us in the UK now with Brexit and whatever else they want to go wrong. You've got everybody and their uncle basically either furloughed, out of work, or wanting to get into computing, playing games, downloading movies, starting up a YouTube channel, definitely do that, it's good fun. Or streaming, starting a streaming channel, or basically just working from home, but then they realise I can't really work from home because my computer is an absolute sack of crap.
You didn't finger
Oh, sorry.
glass.
Turn the lights off, Kath, please. Let's have the, sorry. I do go off on tangents, don't I? I really do.
You're still saying hello. You haven't finished.
There we go. RGB. RGB makes the alcohol stronger. So we've got the kind of thingy inducing. There is another speed there as well. So there's this, that one. This is the emergency one. So if you're stuck at the roadside, you can have that going. Or you can just have that, which is just RG and B. Or you can have it off. Most people are used to having it off after a couple of these.
Can you apologise to Jay Rich? I think Angel's accidentally hidden him.
Oh.
I don't know how you guys.
Jay Rich, I'm sorry if Angel's accidentally hidden you. How can she? She's not a moderator, is he?
Yeah.
Is he? That's quite nice.
He's unhidden now.
That's really good. I can't read what it says. Don't know what's in there, but it's quite a nice, sweet hop. Oh, Mexican style lager. Very good, my friends. Get yourself some ass. Nice. Okay, moving on. John Sullivan's with us as well. Should carry on saying hellos. Tristan G's with us. Ghost Adder. Jack Cepho. Gary's with us as well. Erin Smith says, hello, hope you're both well and safe. Doing pretty well. Unlike our stream, which seems to be struggling. Drop frames 0.2%. Wonder if it is, it's probably Angel streaming stuff at the same time as me streaming. Our internet is useless. Tried phoning those absolute dickwads at Virgin Media this week, and you're on hold for ages.
And ages.
And ages. And ages. And then eventually you get through to someone, oh, how can I help you? Blah, blah. So you go through the whole pass the bloody pop quiz. What's your name? What's your inside leg measurement? What colour's your dog's turds in the 70s? All those kind of stupid questions. And then you get through, oh, yeah, I think my bill's a little bit too expensive. I want to change package. Yep, no problem. We can take a look at that for you. I'll just have a look for you now. Clunk, phone down. Mother, absolutely pissed I was. Best part of an hour waiting on the phone just to get hung up on. And I looked on, and it seems that that is a common thing. They seem to be doing that. So I am pissed. And I'm looking for another broadband supplier. Damn it. It'll happen. Anyway, thank you for the super chat. I can't see who it's from.
It's from David Akins.
David Akins, bless him.
He's in Asda doing some wrapping for you.
Ooh. Why is my chat not working properly? Oh, there it is, David Aiken. It's popped up.
User error.
Yeah, says, get well soon, Sky. Buddy. Yes, definitely. RGB beer, what the F? It's a thing. That is pretty cool. I like that. That tastes really nice as well. A_5766 space 5 says, hello from Jamaica. Hello, Jamaica. Ricardo says, now I'm sponsored by Logitech, keyboard, mouse, RAM, and speakers. Awesome. Ugly Bobs put a £2 super chat, another one, and says, Sky is my friend, my buddy, and my guy. Yes, Sky, lots of love going out to you. Much love. And to Tina, obviously. And I can't, what's the dog's name? I can't remember the dog's name. Is it Poppy? I think it's Poppy. Cosmic Space Muffin says, Randy Mike. I thought I read that wrong. It says Randy. Randy Mike is gold. Oh, behave. James Miscellaneous says it is customary for ISPs to be run by dickwads. There certainly does seem so. I've been with Virgin Media. Like, they should have done this as a pop quiz. How long have you been with Virgin Media? And I would say, since it started, From the very effing beginning.
Not from the effing beginning. We had messages and free service.
Well, no, from the beginning of them, from Virgin Media taking over.
Yeah, we had it.
We went from Cable iNet to Blue Yonder, then to Telewest or some other crap, then to Virgin Media, because it gradually got taken over. And we've been with them from the very, very beginning, from like 95, 96 or something stupid like that. Mother effers. Penny. Sky Stalker's giving us 10 Canadian dollars and says, the most they allow you to send via hospital internet. Oh, bless you. You shouldn't be sending us money, you should be spending that money on good drugs to get you better. Matthew Day says, what speed have you got? I'm on 100 with a SuperHub 2. I think we got the SuperHub 3, but we're on the 100 meg. In June, they emailed me and said, your contract is up. Do you want to upgrade? We'll upgrade you to double the speed for the same price. Perfect. I'm all in for that. Happy days. 6 months later, actually no. Loads of time later, still no freaking 200 meg broadband. It's like it's getting slower and slower. We're doing more and more. We're trying to get more and more bandwidth and doing stuff. It's just an absolute pain in the ring hole. It really, really is. Yeah, I think I've got my. Actually, I'm going to change my my streaming settings a bit because I think the internet is not so good. Let's have a look. Where are we? Video stream outputs. Let's reduce that down a wee bit. Let's try 3500. That should drop down very shortly. For some reason, it keeps on spiking up to 4.5 megabytes, but it shouldn't do. That should be better. We'll see how that goes. We don't seem to be dropping too many frames, but we'll see. It might just be the internet. Check It Media says, sup Mike? What is up, my friend? Hey guys, we're nearly hitting 50,000 subscribers. Not that subscribers actually means absolutely jack shit when it comes to the internet and YouTube. It really doesn't. It has no bearing on the channel whatsoever, but it is one of those metrics that companies that looking in on you like to kind of keep an eye on and say, oh, you've got this many subscribers, therefore you are great. Obviously 50k doesn't come into that category quite yet, but certainly we are starting to get a bit of attention and people will start. I guarantee, from the moment the clock rolls over from like 49,999 subs to 50,000 subs, other companies will be like, oh, we'll start sending them emails now, we're interested. Suddenly, after 4 years of me swearing, sweating, and stressing over YouTube, suddenly, because I got 50k subs, I'm actually worthwhile speaking to. Fantastic. But for those of you who've been around since the early days, God bless you. Yes. It's been a somewhat fun journey.
They might have watched our early days videos and thought, nah.
That's, yeah, actually, yeah. Some of the companies have probably watched some of the early videos and said, what is that West Country twat doing? He is an absolute imbecile. Make sure we never email him ever. And if he emails us, turn the lights off, turn off the internet. We will not reply to him.
I'm drinking ass.
Yeah. Mike's drinking ass on a live stream. Let's send him lots of products to review because that's the kind of person we want showing our products off, for sure. That's pretty good.
Catchphrase with ass, like Carlsberg.
What is their, yeah, actually, yeah, Cosmic, what is Ass's catchphrase? Have they got like a tagline?
Like Castlemaine 4X. And
like Foster's, what was Foster's catchphrase?
like smooth in it.
The Amber Nectar? Yeah, Foster's the Amber Nectar. Was that Castlemaine 4X? No, Castlemaine 4X was no one would give a 4X for anything else. No? Something like that. Carlsberg was, if Carlsberg made such and such, they would be the best in the world or something along these lines. Anyway, Trev Good says, hey Mike, how you doing Trev? Mark Proctor says, I'm on 350/20 on Virgin Media. James Miscellaneous says, you were worthwhile at 10k, brother, but at 9,999 subs, I just didn't care about you. See, that's exactly what I mean. Ugly Bob says, ass always tastes better with RGB. It certainly does. I hope I don't get some kind of seizure from drinking this. Try it, it's nice. Have a try.
So do you prefer
Peer pressure, try some.
Or do you prefer changing your ringtone?
Sorry?
Do you prefer anal bleaching or changing your ringtone? That's a phrase.
Yeah. Any of those good. Right, okay. Let's have a look at the PC, because we've had enough banter already. Time's getting on. Okay, half an hour of a monologue type thing, and I'm still nowhere closer. So let's see if I can actually remember how this all works. So if I go to my Windows desktop, in theory, boosh! There we go. Look at that. Appliance of science. So there is my advertisement, or what the hell you want to call it. There is the PC. Most of you, or if you're regulars, you'll recognise that. That was the Corsair 465X IQ edition, which used to sit behind my head. It didn't give me Disney ears, but the thought was there. So it's not a bad PC, all in all. I like it. It's been barely used, because literally I used it for a little bit of streaming, the occasional benchmark. To be honest with you, it's probably, you guys probably used it more than I did. Oh, excuse me, bit beery. I've got to turn it off. Seizure inducing. So, as you can see, currently at the moment it's showing as £625. Now I'll go through this and I'll break it down. I should have had a pen and paper. Actually, where's my pen and paper that I did write this down on? Bear with me, folks. I'm gonna have a look.
I can't see you anyway.
Yeah, they can't, that's true. There is my workings, I actually got it. All I need now is a Mike's unboxing pen and I'll be on my way. There we go, Mike's unboxing pen. Available from patreon.com/Mike's unboxing. Right, so gaming PC for sale. We'll play the latest titles at 1080 with good FPS. That's kind of open to conjecture, I guess. Used on my YouTube channel, but now needs a new home as it doesn't really get any use, which is absolutely true because it's been underneath the table for absolutely ages. So, I just read that comment, yes, about the seizure-inducing RGB. Yeah, CAF's changed that. It's good. Yeah, medical emergency on the live stream would be bad. So, it doesn't get any use. It literally doesn't. It's in pretty decent nick. Most of you have seen the components individually reviewed over the time. So, yeah, it's had virtually no use. It's barely run in. So there's a specification. So we're looking at a Ryzen 5 2600, 6-core, 12-thread CPU. Again, fantastic CPU. Now at the moment that retails new on Amazon for £159. So I've put the value of that as being basically what I paid for it. So I've said 120 because that is what I paid for it. So I don't want to make a loss on it, clearly, but I don't want to make money on it. I could charge a little bit more, I guess, but I think 120 is pretty much, that's a fairish price. I've seen others go in unboxed, just basically the processor, not even in a little clamshell, god damn it, for £120 on Facebook Messenger, Facebook Marketplace. So I figured 120 is about right. So moving on, Gigabyte B450 Aorus Elite ATX motherboard. That one goes for around about £90. So I've actually put that as being 100 to begin with, which I do realise now is a little bit over the top. So we can definitely bring that down a little bit. So I've possibly overpriced that. The Gigabyte RX 570 gaming 4GB, sorry, I can already contain myself at this. I actually paid £100, I believe it was, for this. So it's, I paid over the odds for it when I bought it because it was new in a box and it was somebody I knew and I just needed it, so I bought it. Now currently you can buy them brand spanking new for in the region of about £200. If you buy them second hand, you're looking about 175, 150, that kind of region. So stupidly, I don't know why, but I wrote the price down here as £200. So that is kind of how I come up to this. Originally I came up to about 680 is what the whole system was worth, but I overpriced the GPU by £100 at least. So really 580. Anyway, moving on. So power supply is basically the 500 watt Aerocool Cylon. It's like 30 quid. The case itself, I actually paid 50 quid for it, and it was basically as new. That is with the fans. The fans themselves I could probably sell on their own for nearly 50 quid. So for the case itself and also for the fans, I think 50 quid for the case and fans is absolutely fine. It's a good quality case. I don't think there's any real arguments there. If there is any, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Words is hard. SSD is a 1 terabyte TC Sunbow drive. I've put that down as being £80 worth, which is kind of like the newish price. So again, there's a little bit of margin there. I probably could reduce that down a little bit. The RAM is the V-Color PRISM, the original PRISM, which I think I paid £100 for that 16 gig kit. So I priced that up as being 80, which is kind of a little bit over the top. Still less than what it cost me, but certainly is kind of, it's in that ballpark. The CPU cooler is the Thermaltake Contac 12, which is effectively the same as the Gamax 400, same as the Snowman, the M-T4. There's a few, I was going to say something else and a swear word, which I'm glad I never did. There's other coolers on the market which are based around the same exact design, and even down to the fin stack, it's all cut exactly the same. So basically that is how I've come up with my pricing. So also, it's got Windows 10 Professional, freshly installed. Obviously, CD key, which I bought myself from premiumcdkeys.com/Mike's Unboxing. Even used my own discount code. How good is that? And I've got the boxes for most of the parts, except the case, which is unfortunate. But everything else has got the boxes for. So if somebody wants to then split it down, sell the parts off for themselves, they're more than welcome to do so. All the packaging is there. Please feel free to ask any questions. Collection only, as you'd expect. So that is the listing. Looking at the pictures, so there's a front view. Got a picture of the I/O so people can be aware of the I/O. A little bit of dust on there. Maybe I should have given that a little bit of a wipe over. But essentially you can see what's there. The USBs are in good condition. They're not damaged or anything. That is quite often the case. What you get on these things, you get damages. So there's a side view. Not a particularly good picture that actually. I'm not sure why I left that in there. And then some picture with the boxes. So we've got the Thermaltake cooler, the Ryzen box, and the Cylon power supply box. And moving on to another picture of it. Look at the motion blur on those fan blades. Well done. So there's the motherboard box you can see. So it's a gaming 4G. So if anyone has any issues or questions, not sure what model it is, it's all there. And you've got the B450 Aorus Elite motherboard. Again, all the boxes are there. And inside those boxes, I think there's a box for the TC Sunbow drive and all the kind of accessories, all that kind of stuff. And there's another crap picture, just to show there's no scratches or dings in the glass. Some people do ask that, bizarrely, I don't know why, but
Do a build video.
There you go. I don't think I did a build video on it. That would have been good to link to it, but I don't think I did. J Rich says, very nice in the Borat voice. Very nice, I like. I swapped for my sister.
Apologise for Angel as well. To J Rich.
Yeah, sorry the Angel blocks you. She's a bad person. Good one. So I'm just looking at the chat, see if anyone's on it. Ivory Wolfman, £600. I have the same case in white beside me now, very happy with it. Yes, Stuart, it's a really nice case. I actually don't really want to get rid of it. I would quite happily keep it, but I am slowly running out of room, and I do get the thing that people want a PC. I don't need a PC. People need a PC or want a PC. So it's kind of like, it makes sense. It's a good time to sell. If it is a seller's market, totally. So I figured it'd be a good time to let it go to someone's home and actually get some decent use out of it. Some of you have watched the channel will notice, well, basically you can see that is where it was, and there it is running 3D Mark. sorry, Unigine Heaven. So it's a legit picture, and people know that it's come from here. I've looked after it. It's not been abused. I haven't overclocked the snot out of it, because you guys know I don't do that kind of thing. So that is it. Now, obviously, I'm totally aware that I've overpriced it. I have completely overpriced it. So if I take off, say, from 680, if I took it down to, I could probably take it down to about 500, I think. 550 would be where I'd be comfortable. But somewhere between 500 and 550. If it was somebody on the Discord, £500, yes, obviously no problem at all. For a random person off the street, 550, 575, that kind of thing. I think for 500 quid, or for 550, it does basically represent pretty decent value for money. Let me know in the comments if you think I'm barking at the wrong tree. I can quite easily go onto Facebook and actually I don't know whether I should do that now. Let me switch back a minute and I'll go back to the regular camera. There we go, back to the RGB stuff. Daisy's snoring. So, that's the PC, that's the price. I'm pretty sure, I haven't got a calculator. I can't even spell, well, I've got probably a very...
I'll get you one, but do 2 questions.
I've got an expensive calculator now.
Questions and then
Let's have a look at, Ugly Bob says yes, and it plays Flight Sim 2020. It does, the PC plays it easily. It also plays Cyberpunk 2077, reasonable frame rates at lower resolutions. Yeah, RB Wolfman says the 5700s are selling for 200 quid on eBay. And that's ones that aren't even boxed. Like, this thing's been looked after, it's hardly been used. I've got all the boxes for it. I don't know. So I'm looking through the questions there, see what you guys have been saying. Check It Media says the system is max 500 worth. Yeah, 500 in a normal time, even probably 2 months ago, 500 quid, yeah, would have been pretty much where you'd look in. But with things as they are, and it ain't getting better. It isn't getting better, and it will not get better. I will stick my neck out and say, this situation is set to get a lot worse. I will guarantee it. It is going to get worse before it gets any better. I don't see normalization for any pricing or stocks until October, November at the earliest. And anyone who thinks any different is dreaming. We've got the Chinese New Year. So basically you've got a shutdown for at least a week. Some places 2 weeks, some places even close for a whole month for Chinese New Year. So there is a ton, an absolute ton of manufacturing which is just going to stop completely. Pretty much completely from kind of next week. So all that backlog is going to get compounded because every day, every second, every minute, me, you, someone else is clicking on the buy button because you're just desperate. You're buying your stuff, buying your stuff, buying your stuff. And the orders are stacking up and the back orders are stacking up. And manufacturing isn't getting any better. We've got nothing new coming through. The only slight glimmer I've seen recently is Zotac. Zotac have actually turned around and said that they have got a lot of stock coming into the UK. So for us UK people, there is a slight silver lining into the cloud. Whether it appears, who knows? But they have said there's going to be a lot of stock coming very shortly. That may or may not happen, but still, we've still got the issues. Processors are ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. I've spent a lot of time today looking for bits to buy, and I'm seriously considering buying an Intel 10400 or 10600, the non-F version, just so I can put it into a system using onboard graphics until something else is available. Because you can buy a 10400, even a 10100, you'll pay about £25–30 more for a 10100, but you've got graphics. Otherwise, you're looking at buying a GT 710, which is 40, 50 quid nowadays rather than the usual 20, 25 that it used to be. So that is almost the way to go. Just build a system and forget the graphics card for now. Obviously there's no AMD CPUs, nothing with onboard graphics. It's insane. Oh yeah, the PCs. Cosmic Space Muffins sent us number 20 Norway Coronas. I think that's what they are. Even your PC is in my team, no RGB. It's because it's gone to sleep. Yay, wake on USB. Always works. Yeah, so it's a really difficult place to be. I've got ideas of stuff I want to build and stuff I want to do, but like most of you, it's really hard to get a graphics card, like for sensible money. So I'm trying to, so hang on. Solo Action says, question, I have calculated, and with the worst prices, like the highest prices, it's a bit around 578. And if I have to exaggerate 600, but the reasonable price is 560. So is that good for your part? Yeah, I was saying 550. At 550, I don't think I'm making any loss. Which in this market at the moment, making any loss would be ridiculous. So I don't want to make a loss on it because that's just pointless. I'd like to be able to make my money back. So ultimately, I can reinvest it in other parts to keep the channel going, keep things moving, keep things interesting, which is basically what I'm aiming to do. So I don't want to make money on it because I think making money on stuff, especially like, technically this is a business. Doing YouTube, all this kind of stuff, taking the super chats, creating the content, doing the marketing, etc., etc. It's technically a business, but I don't see it as that. I see it as me helping people, enjoying myself, doing something I've got an actual passion for, rather than doing other things that I possibly don't like doing for money. So I don't want to make money on stuff. I'm quite happy to just let things go. Like guys on Discord and stuff will know I just get rid of stuff, postage price plus a little bit or half the retail price or whatever it is, just to kind of keep things moving. I don't want to make money. And on a lot of this stuff, I probably, if I wanted to, like that PC, I could split it down, sell the individual components, and I'd probably make a lot more than that. Especially, again, in this economic climate where you just can't buy stuff. You cannot buy stuff. And even if you can, it's overinflated prices. And even if you pay overinflated prices, there's still no guarantee you're going to get it. The Chinese market seems to have been having some issues. Myself, I think it was Mark on the forum as well, on the Discord, sorry. We all bought 3500Xs from AliExpress, never turned up. So we had to request refunds. I think there was another person as well. The name escapes me who it was, but there's a few of us all ordered them and they're either held at customs or they just basically didn't exist. So that is very disappointing. So that means that's potentially another supply chain issue that we cannot get processors from China as well now. And if they do come through after January, you've got all the extra taxation and VAT and customs, etc., etc. So that potentially is one of those things which is slightly out of the question now. So it's a very trying time. Matthew Day says the choice at CEX is a GT530 at 25 quid, which is mental, a GT710 at 35 quid, or a 1063 gig at 100, like a 1063 gig at 145 quid is literally insane. Why on God's green earth would people pay it? And I know people do, because sometimes you just have to. If you've only got the one PC and it's kind of like your means of communication with the outside world is locked down in most places, or you're furloughed or whatever, there's restrictions, social restrictions. So if you can't get on your PC, you can't play your games, you can't chat with your mates, you can't watch films, you can't send your emails, can't do your day's work, you've got to pay the price. Simple as, you've got to pay the price. And I get that. Yeah, it's mad. It really is mad. Solo Action says, what a reasonable guy. People like you are rare. Rare or stupid, one of the two. Actually, probably most of that. Richard says, have you thought about possibly accepting old or unwanted PC parts off your fans? Maybe going a few retro, maybe doing a few retro builds. I've considered it, but it's always a difficult thing to do, especially with some of the retro stuff. I probably will do it at some point, because it does actually interest me. I've always wanted to get a Windows 2000 or Windows Millennium machine up and running, just so I can play...
Lemmings.
No, not Lemmings. So I can play Motocross Madness and possibly Midtown Madness. Those two games, amazing. I love them. I have very, very fond memories of those games, and I'd love to play them again.
What was it you wanted to play, sorry? I missed that.
Midtown Madness and Motocross Madness. Motocross Madness was something that we, Kath and myself, and our cousin and his friend Dave, we played the shit out of that game. We genuinely did.
That was my maternity.
It was womb music for George. At the time, George Michael's album was out, which was the best of, I think, the Jewel album.
I think it was the Soul One for the Mind.
Yeah, it was greatest hits, wasn't it?
1990.
And you could put a CD-ROM back in the day. You could put a CD-ROM in your CD drive, and as your game was playing, it would play the audio tracks from your CD. So we were playing Midtown Madness to things like Let's Go Outside and Faster Love and stuff like that from George Michael. It was just a great time. Back then, George had just got caught in the toilets, and the other George was in Angel's womb, Kath's womb, waiting to be born. It was fun times. We would spend stupid time. I was working shifts as well, so I kind of spend hours going through the night into the next morning playing games. It was just really good time. So I would love to play that again. I really would. It would bring back some. It would stir up some old emotions. I know it'd be a horrible experience. It really would be a horrible experience in hindsight, but I really want to do it. Cosmic Space Muffin, I want to say Monkey all the time, is throwing us another 10 Norwegian Corona. God bless you, Mary Poppins. So yes, that was what I would like to do. Vibe says, "Damn, Mike is so wholesome." Why? How did I become wholesome? Am I like a loaf of bread?
That's wholemeal.
Oh, that's wholemeal, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Trooper C says, I sold my 1063 gigabyte for 90. Lol. That's kind of like acceptable price. That's what you'd expect it to be. Stuart Cleary says, the people who pay scalpers are the problem. It is, but like I said, it's kind of, if it is your only means of communication with the outside world and you need it, what choice have you got? It really is. Like, I'm in a really, really privileged position, and I totally acknowledge that. Hence why I don't mind like letting the PC go for basically what it cost me. So I think anything less would be almost kind of disrespectful to some extent. And also,
sometimes we do that.
Ultimately, I do a tax return. We have to pay tax and all that kind of stuff. So it's not as if like this YouTube thing is, oh yes, money coming in at all angles and you've got to work out what to do with it. We have to pay tax. I pay tax on my super chats, I pay tax on my earnings, I pay tax on my savings, I pay tax on the stuff I buy, I pay tax on the stuff I sell. Everything we do gets taxed. So it's not as if like this is like, oh yes, it's a gravy train. It really, really isn't. But I'm not a greedy person. I don't want to make money. I just want to break even, basically. I'm happy to break even and to be able to buy new parts to keep this fresh and entertaining. Yes, so that's where we're at. Okay, Richard Bailey says, yes, a crashed economy series of builds sure are in order. It is getting to be that way. Irie Wolfman says, Windows 95 and the Intel Pentium 2. Oh, fun times. I'm trying to think which era would be most suited towards Midtown Madness. I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a Pentium 3 500 or 600, probably 64 or maybe 128 megs of RAM, megabytes of RAM. I think that's probably going to be best for Windows Millennium. It's been a long time since I've used that, but maybe Windows 2000 might be the way to go. A little bit more stability there. James McLean says, Ugly Bob, yeah, I had to stop at Tech YouTuber's vid. Stop a Tech YouTuber's vid before because he seemed so gratingly fake. Oh, bless you. This is me. This is who I am. Especially when I've had a drink, I've got no choice. This is a live production. It would be really difficult to spend 2 hours every Saturday night to be fake. It would really, really, really difficult. It's difficult enough to be myself, let alone to be someone else. Although being someone else might be cool. Trooper C says, sometimes I do feel bad for you, Kath. What did I say? Oh dear. Gary Sprinkler Repair says, good evening to you from California.
Uggs likes it when the lights are off because it's an episode of Hitman and Her.
I would love to be...
You'd have to get yourself a nice white wig.
It would be really nice to be in California right now. Well, weather-wise, definitely. Hope you're doing well, Gary. And how are the thumbnails working out for you still? Are you still using the TubeBuddy? John Sullivan says, is it Austin Evans? Hey guys, it's Austin. Check It Media says, Mike doesn't see my questions, I think. Hello, anybody out there that sees me? I do, I see lots of things. I don't always respond to them. And also this super chat thing and all that is just all gone a bit crazy. Check It Media says, Mike, what do you think about GeForce 1650 for gaming and work? Now, interesting story. I am going to flex a little bit now, just a little bit. So this week, our good friend over at Zotac, Vincent, I had to think of his name then, reached out to me. I haven't heard from him for ages. Now, literally, the last time I spoke to the Zotac people was March time, maybe February, March. And I did the review of the 1650 Super, which some of you may have seen. Ever since then I did the review, literally normally when people send me stuff, I do the review in a couple of days and straight away on the email, review's done, here's the link for it, send me a postage label and I'll send this back to you. Because I don't want to keep all the stuff, if it's not being given to me, there's no point in keeping it here because it just takes up room and if it gets broken, etc, etc. So this is kind of like when COVID kicked in properly. And so I emailed, hi Vincent, blah, 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 I'm done with the graphics card, hope you like the video, etc, etc. Send me a shipping label. No reply. So, okay, go on, do other things. Obviously, the COVID thing kicked off, so everything was a little bit up in the air. So about a couple of days or a couple of weeks later, it's like, hi, it's Mike, hi. Still got your graphics card, can you send me a shipping label? Nothing, tumbleweed, radio silence. And this carried on for ages, so every now and then I'll be like, oh, Kath, can you send Vincent an email again? Let him know, just say like, what's going on? Got to the point actually where we even messaged Zotac on Facebook. Said, sorry to bother you, but is Vincent still with you? Because we're trying to get hold of him. So we've got some contact details and we've got a couple of contacts actually now at Zotac. On Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, might have been Wednesday, out of the blue, we get an email from Vincent. Hi Mike, how you doing? It's like, hey, cool. Would you be interested in taking a look at our new RTX 3070 and 3060 Ti? It's like, hallelujah. Excellent news, just what I wanted to hear. We really, well, actually it's a double-edged sword. It really is a double-edged sword. I do want to look at them because obviously they're cool and you're in a privileged position to be able to actually have one. But I do appreciate that there's tons of people out there that would sell a kidney or chop off a finger to own one of these things. So I am very, very much aware that there is a need for these cards. So I don't want to be dismissive and say, no, I don't want to because it will offend my viewers because they can't get one, so it seems like I'm rubbing their noses in it. But at the same time, I want to try it. It's, you know, you can see where I'm coming from. You're in kind of no man's land because you're not going to make any money on the video because no one's going to buy one because you can't buy one. So essentially all it is, you're doing a review purely for the fact of enjoying the card, which I thoroughly intend to do. So yes, I said, oh yeah, either one will be fine. I'm not greedy. Whichever you can do is absolutely fine by me. At which point he says, well, one of them's in another country somewhere. The other one is actually on his desk right now, so we'll send it out the same day. Fantastic, happy days, glad to hear it. Then comes the kicker at the end. Oh, by the way, do you still have that 1650 Super that we sent you? It's like, damn it. I was hoping to keep that. I've had it so long, it's become a part of the furniture here. And it's really, really useful. I've used it in so many videos. Whenever I've done any test bench stuff and done BIOS flashes or builds and stuff, I've always used the 1650 Super. It's had so much airtime, it's been ridiculous. So, yeah, that unfortunately is going back. But
It's gone.
I am happy to say,
It has gone.
can you pass? Yeah, it has actually gone. It was picked up.
Take it out.
Yeah, go on. So, I hate to say it, but unfortunately, yeah, we've been sent this, which I have the privilege to be able to test. I do get the whole thing of, yes, it is flexing a little bit, but ultimately I don't get to keep it. Purely, I am effectively working for Zotac, give or take, to review this one way or the other. So this is the hollow back version, GeForce RTX 3070, 8 gig card. You've got the Ice Storm, you've got the Spectra, RGB, the Freeze technology, Firestorm, etc. Yeah. Looking forward to this one. I am genuinely looking forward to it. So there's a shot of the back of the box. You can see that. I'm interested to see what the RGB is like actually, because the hologram stuff, if I'm completely honest with you, doesn't really fill me with much joy, because it's a specific color scheme that I can see that's on there. But certainly when it comes to the review, we will find out and see what it's like. Ugly Bob sent us £4.20. It says, up yours, HMRC.
That was ages ago. Have you only just done that one?
That's only just come on the screen.
That was ages ago.
Was it?
I believe you ignored it.
Oh, Outlaw Fet is, oh, that was Outlaw Fet, 79p. Thank you, Outlaw Fet. Appreciate that. So, yes, it is a very shiny box. I'm not too sure about the whole hollow back thing. I'm not like, for me personally, if I'm having a graphics card or any component, I like it to be relatively neutral, because that way you can attempt to please many, many different markets. Is it alright if I take this out of the box in the stream? You guys okay if I do that? I want to see if it is actually a sticker.
Have you ever taken it out yet?
I haven't, no. I've not taken it out of the box yet. I'll be interested to see what it's actually like. No one appears to have disagreed. So, look at Mike, Mr. La-di-da. I am so far from La-di-da, it's not ridiculous. I want to see it. Okay, let's have a look. The channel is called Mike's Unboxing, that is true.
Whip it out, Mike.
Whip it out, here it comes.
Might not be here, is it? Imagine just chugging beer over it.
So there is the inner carton. Very, very plain. Like, ridiculously plain. Ooh. So inside there's a sealed, actually holograph pearlescent bag as well with the instructions. Is that like a COVID thing? Have they protected it Silly bastards. Sorry, Zotac. Do apologise.
You need to do a fanfare. I can see you knocking that beer all over it.
And we get custard and matchup.
Mash it up.
Custard and mash it up connections. Ketchup and mustard, for those of you that are not Bristolian. Why on earth? Like, okay, fine. They've included them, so that's good. Actually,
Richard said, "Did you have to sign for it?" No, I didn't.
They're 6 pin. They're 6 pins of 8 pin. Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Anyway, they're in there, so you get some of those. Landfill. Don't want to touch the fans in case I damage them. Yeah, so they have taken this out of the box because on the back it does have a not for resale sticker. Jesus Christ, that's heavy. Right, let's move this box out of the way. Holy crap. Now that is huge. It genuinely is.
Ugly Bob.
So we'll get some better shots of this at some point, but that has got cyberpunk written all over it, hasn't it? It really has. Although I'm not. Yeah, it is actually in the plastic, so that is actually part of the design. So if you don't like aquamarine and pink,
I like pink.
Don't buy it. Although you don't really see a great deal. You could obviously, if you want to, you could paint it. You've got the Zotac gaming logo on the side, which is actually RGB controlled. GeForce RTX logo there. I don't think there's any other lighting on it. Doesn't appear to be. Got some bloody big fans on there. And the heatsink is huge. Look how thick that is.
Stingray version?
It's a hologram, I believe. That is a big car. The backplate is actually quite attractive. So you've got the Zotac logo. Where are we there? There. Live to game. Well, we would if we could actually get hold of these things.
Live to imagine gaming.
Live to imagine how gaming would feel if you could actually get one. That is definitely not going to fit in my PC. Definitely. Because like today I swapped out, I put the 2060 Super in the PC behind me to take out the 2060 KO to put in a PC, another PC which I'm going to be selling on. Clearing the decks, getting ready for all the new stuff that's going to come out eventually at some point in our very short lives. 2 8-pin connectors rather than the 3, so that's actually pretty good news. And there is a 1, 2, 3. I think that's a 4 heat pipe design in there.
Triple slot?
It's a 2.5 slot. Physically it's got 2 slots, but it does overhang at the bottom a bit, like a lot of them tend to. So realistically, I wouldn't put this in a micro ATX case. That would be an exceptionally bad maneuver. Unless it was in a vertical riser, that would make a lot of sense to put it into a micro ATX case. Otherwise, I think you would be destined for failure because it would be way too close to the bottom of the chassis to get enough fresh air in there. Because that is going to need a lot of cooling. Wow, that is pretty impressive.
What power connectors does it have?
Power connectors, it's got the 2 8-pins, which hopefully you can see there. Ugly Bob says put it in your in-win case. Yeah, I'll put it in the mini ITX one. Maisie, she's got straight in the Zotac box. Damn it.
Let's put it out.
You're definitely going to spill the beer. There we go. The cat's in the Zotac box.
She can shatter flaps now. She wants to stay there.
What's nicer? The cat or the card?
Baby.
Maisie.
She had a beard trim yesterday.
Good old RGB cat. Maisie, sorry, I'm gonna have to move you.
Oh, she likes it there.
I know. She likes to. Look, shiny. I know. She's not happy with that at all. Just open. Oh, that's got our address on it. Never mind. So anyway, there we have it. There is the new to me GeForce RTX 3070 Hollowback Edition. Actually, it's the AMP Hollowback Edition. So not only is this Hollowback, it's also the AMP version. And for those of you who don't know Zotac cards, the AMP Edition generally is effectively like amped up. So this is going to have higher clock speeds out of the box. Although with that kind of cooling setup on there, I think this is probably going to overclock quite well anyway. It does look, it's actually really nice design. I'm still not entirely convinced by the whole green thing. That, I think, for a lot of people is going to be something which may put people off. I think if I was actually going out to physically buy a card myself, I probably wouldn't buy this, purely for the fact of that design. Which is a shame, because the Zotac do put a lot of time and effort, and it is a beautiful card, but there's limited colour schemes that's going to fit with. And if you are, well, I suppose I'm looking at it from the angle point of a kind of an overprivileged YouTuber that, yes, it won't look aesthetically pleasing. Ultimately, most people can put it in a PC and just play damn games, which is what you should be doing. But for me, on a personal level, I think I would be tempted to go with a card possibly, actually saying that, if you're not going to see it, I don't know. That is quite a lot of colour, isn't it? On the side. And if you're not into RGB or colour trim, well, if you're not into RGB or colour trim, you ain't going to buy this card anyway, are you? Realistically, let's be completely honest about it. You're not going to buy it. And the irony is, even if you could buy one of these, which hopefully you will be able to by the time I've done the review, so I've been reliably informed, they, yeah, this would cost more than the entire PC I'm selling. Which, if you put that into perspective, it just shows how screwed the industry is right now. For it to be a graphics card to cost more than an entire PC just doesn't make any sense. And I don't think it's actually happened before in the last probably 5 years or so. Beforehand, you could never buy a graphics card which would cost more than an entire PC, like a decent PC. Whereas now, this, I think, actually I'll be interested to see. I'm not even sure what the retail price is on this. It should, in theory, be around the kind of £500 mark, I would have thought. But I can imagine it being considerably more than that.
What is it?
It's a Zotac RTX 3070 Hollowback. It's a really good height for a chin rest. I'll give it that. If you click on it, even if it's out of stock, and then click on the, yeah. Click on it and then click on the camel, 3 camels, and it'll give you the price history. Don't forget to use the 3 camels, guys and girls. Add that. You got 3, are you in Edge or Chrome? So that'll show you price history. No price history?
603.
603. That's a lot of money for a 3070. Especially if you consider when we, all that time ago, when we looked at the big unveiling of the 30 series cards and were given the kind of recommended retail prices. Dave Aitken, if he's actually in the chat, I don't know if he is.
Yeah, he did say.
Oh, sorry, careful, my microphone. Yeah, Dave Aitken's original Founders Edition, which is probably a collector's item now, the 3070, I'm sure it was about 450, maybe £400. Patrick LaBelle says the box is even bigger than some PC. It actually is. It's definitely bigger than my laptop. It's actually, that's a 24-inch monitor, and it's not much smaller than the 24-inch monitor. So that is stupid.
They can't see that monster.
No, you can't, but it is. There's a 24-inch monitor there. Actually, there's one behind me. So, yeah, you can't see that one either. there's a pointless experiment. So anyway, we'll be doing some benchmarks and stuff on there. I hate doing benchmarks. I'll be completely honest with you. Doing benchmarks, for me personally, is just like, why am I wasting all this energy doing it? Because it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, most people will go with, is it in stock? Is it pretty decent? Is it better than my other one? Is it likely to explode? Those are the kind of real key things. As long as it's in that kind of bracket. So if you've got like, just trying to think what would be a good upgrade. So if you've got like a 2060, go into a 3070 is a good idea. It is a very good upgrade. If you've already got a 2080, it's pointless because it's essentially going to be the same. Same as the 3060 Ti is going to be roughly the same.
Dave Aikens pays 469 for him.
469, I thought I wasn't too far off. Yeah, so you got a good deal. That is the best. Well, realistically, if that does come onto the market, if it was £100 dearer than the Founders Edition, in the current economic climate, I could kind of get on board with it. It's still expensive, but I do get it totally. Yeah. I still personally think that like the 2060s, even the 1070s are still fantastic bargains, at least if you can pick one up for a sensible price. When the 1070s were available between the £150 and £200 mark, they were bang on. Amazing quality, amazing performance for the money, great cards. But now it's just so expensive, it really, really is. Irie Wolfman says, I'm trying to buy a CPU and a GPU for under £700. You can, but it ain't going to be good.
Intel.
And it won't be good value for money. Which is where we're at. Cosmic Space Muffin says the 6800 is like a 50%, give or take, uplift from the 5700 XT. I have them both. Yeah, the 5700 XT is a pretty decent card, and I'm still using mine on a daily basis now as my video editing machine. And actually, driver-wise, it's been rock solid. I'm pretty impressed. Dino says, with pandemic, everything will be more expensive. It totally is. Which is really sad. So I suppose, really, like, the last couple of days I've been doing some videos on Intel motherboards and processors, which there's a very, very limited market share for it now. And you can see it, if you look at other channels, anytime they do anything Intel related, the viewing figures are crap. It's basically not worth doing. But having said that, I think tide is going to change. We are going to have to start buying Intel motherboards and processors. It's as simple as that. The AMD situation for processors ain't going to get any better. Pretty much all of their resources and manufacturing are going into EPYC. So processors going into server farms, into kind of like those big places. The retail side of it, they're quite happy. They're at the top of the game. They've got nothing to prove now, really, and obviously they make money on EPYC. Whereas if they sell processors piecemeal, by the time it's gone through and it's been through the distribution channel, there isn't a great deal of money in it. So it's much more beneficial for AMD to sell a cluster of servers to a company for 50, 60, £100,000 rather than selling Joe Blogg's a 5600X for 250, 300 quid. So it isn't going to get any better. Intel actually, I've been dead against buying Intel stuff for the longest time, purely because I think there's a very expensive option and AMD was always the alternative. But after using the 10100 for a while, I'm kind of coming around to it a little bit. I really am. It's quite nice to install. The whole pin grid array thing is actually very simple. I've done a couple of videos today actually, how to install the stock Intel cooler. Who would have thought, on another note, who would have thought that me making a video of how to install an AMD processor on an AM4 motherboard would be so popular? It is one of the most popular videos on the channel, one of the higher income videos, and actually gained a ton of subs from as well. It's insane. one of the simplest things you can possibly do, but I guess that's what YouTube is about to some extent, is people trying to find out how to do things or be entertained, so you either go one side or the other. Anyway, moving on. So processor wise, I'm tempted to buy a 10100 with the onboard graphics, just to see how bad the onboard graphics actually are. You see the videos and the benchmarks and people playing games and they throw numbers around and it looks awful. But it can't be that bad, because otherwise people would not buy them and they would not sell. And they do seem to be selling. The 10400 does look appealing with 6 cores, 12 threads. I think it's 2.9 gigahertz with a turbo boost of 4.2, I think. So essentially it's the same as the 3600, which again is ridiculously expensive at the moment. I don't know, it may well happen. David Aiken says the Intel stock cooler isn't that bad really. No, actually I managed to make, I don't know how I did it, Kath was quite amazed as well. I managed to make installing a Intel stock cooler into a 12-minute video. How did I do that? I didn't even waffle much at the beginning. I was surprised I actually cut it right down. Usually I do go on and on preaching about stuff at the beginning, and I didn't. It goes right into it. But there is, I actually watched the video. When I edited it, I felt to myself, you know what? That actually is useful information. So do look out for the video when it comes out next week. Even if you haven't got an Intel system, watch the video and let me know in the comments. Say you watched me in the stream on Saturday and tell me what you think of the video and tell me if you actually learned anything. Because I felt that I learned things that I didn't know before about Intel CPU coolers. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what you guys think of that one. I know Intel is kind of like, it's like the Drake meme, isn't it? You don't want it. But Kath's got her hand up.
Do you eat bananas with onions?
No, why would I eat bananas with onions? I eat bananas and onions, but not at the same time. That's just ludicrous. Are you mad?
Perfect.
Who asked that? Yeah, I'm not an entire pervert. Makumeki. Do you eat bananas with onions? No. Why would I do that? Why would anyone do that? Does anybody do that? Holy crap.
Do they?
Yeah, do you? Oof. Anyway, moving on. And yeah, Dave Aiken actually does make a good point there, that the Intel stock cooler on the lower end chips like the 10100 is actually really quiet and does a pretty decent job. I was surprised how well it did, which is why I've kept it in the PC. So coming up for sale also, after I've sold the one which, well, you guys seen there, which is that one there. So once that is gone, then I'll be back to the other one. So it's an Intel 10100F, no, 10100F, 16 gigs of RAM, the Colink Citadel case, which I'm a bit heartbroken to get rid of, but still is what it is. The Mortar Wi-Fi motherboard and the RTX 2060 KO edition, and a 1TB SSD. So that'll be going soon. That's going to be a little bit more expensive, I think, because the 2060 KO still does go for really good money, and I think I paid $270 for it. So I don't really want to lose anything on that, but hopefully, well, we'll see what happens with that. That'll be a good one. Matty says, love your content. Thank you very much. The cucumber doesn't work. No, we've tried it. We have tried that.
They just sniff it and carry on eating and stuff.
Let's see if there's anything else there. David Aiken says, cracking little build. It is. Actually, I used it today. I did the video. I've also done a couple of BIOS walkthrough videos, which for most of you that are regular subscribers and you watch all the daily content, these videos for BIOS are very, very long format videos going into depth, drilling into each individual setting on a motherboard BIOS to try and kind of educate people. I've gone through and I've put timestamps for every single section as well. So these videos aren't really designed for mass consumption. They're designed for people with specific requirements. So how do I enable XMP? How do I turn off RGB? How do I increase the CPU wattage to my processor? All that kind of stuff. So there is going to be a few of those coming up on the channel soon. So obviously if you're not interested in the motherboard, don't feel that you have to watch it and comment on the video. I totally get it. And actually, if you're not interested and you just go in for a couple of seconds and then shoot back out again, it's actually really harmful to the algorithm. So if you're not interested, just don't watch it. If you want to watch it, watch it. You know where I'm coming from, but don't feel that you have to watch it if it's nothing that you're interested in, genuinely. I appreciate all of you viewing the videos and commenting and liking and all that kind of stuff. All of that really does help. But if you're going to watch a video and then come straight out after you've commented, you're probably better off not doing it, because it does actually harm the video, because people don't get the watch time in, and YouTube thinks it's a crap video because they're not watching enough of it. You get where I'm coming from. So yeah, if need be, just leave it in a tab minimized and muted. That's fine. That works. Mike saving us from Rams's BIOS Discord question nightmares. Yes, trying to. Matthew Day says the only thing Intel UHD 630 RGB beats is Vega 3, which you can't get that either at the moment. So yeah, I'm really tempted. I've not used a system with Intel onboard graphics since my Surface Pro 3, and that wasn't a great experience, if I'm completely honest with you, especially for gaming. But we'll see what it's like. Dino says, Kath and Mike, you could try doing something like tech deals both together. Yes, I would love to be able to do that, but Kath refuses to get in front of camera. She even refuses to put a microphone on. And you lot can all hear her, right? You can hear her, can't you, when she talks? But she won't wear a microphone, which is stupid, because I will show you why. This is so annoying. Especially in lockdown. I'd have to get Dave Aitken round or something. Not that you're allowed to, because lockdown, but we'll overlook that because it is important.
It's work.
This is actually work related, and I've changed my USB settings in the BIOS, didn't I, when I did the BIOS video to power saving. That's why it keeps on turning off, you bastard. Don't buy these, they're broken. But Boya have sent us these, which are fantastic. So these are wireless mics, so if you're into YouTube stuff, this is going to be great for you. If you're not, then just ignore it for a while. But basically, you've got a receiver which goes onto your camera, and then you've got two mic packs. So you can have two people commentating and saying things clearly through microphones wirelessly. So you can get up, go and take a pee, forget to mute it, and everyone can hear you pee in ASMR, and you make loads of money out of it. You don't, but you get the deal. So I've actually got to do a review on this, but how the hell do I do a review on a twin mic pack on my jack?
You put one on Flame's collar.
I did think about putting one on the cat, but then it may not.
You did your Fitbit.
Yeah, it may not come back, so that is an issue. So I might have to get somebody local to come and actually have an interview. Dave Aitken, I'm looking at you. That might have to happen. Obviously, lockdown not permitting. And I'm not getting masked up on camera for that, no chance. Yeah, so I've got to do a review of that, but it's difficult to do because Kath refuses to do it. So if you want Kath to do it, leave a comment in this video when the video's over. And actually, yeah, Dave says I could sit out in the car with that one. That is a good idea.
You could sit out in ours because it's probably got a flat battery.
Mike's Unboxing Wireless. Cosmic Space Muffin says, where is IKEA Shadow, aka IKEA Shadow? He's Dave Burns in the chat. You should be able to see him.
He's not been in though, has he?
I saw him earlier. He did mention something. He is about. I think they're all chatting on Discord whilst listening to the stream.
I didn't see him.
Possibly. He's in there somewhere. He's lurking. That's why I made the comment about the music. Okay. James Miscellaneous says, Kath is better than Rogue. Quite possibly. Tristan G says, good afternoon, Mike and all. Good afternoon. No, they're all playing games. Yeah, they probably are. Kath should do it, yeah. Definitely leave a comment in the video after. When it's in the video on demand, leave a comment saying, please get Kath on the stream, and we'll see if we can peer pressure her into appearing, or at least hearing her on the channel.
I don't play the Ashes test thing.
What's the Ashes test?
Well, somebody asks a question, and 3 of them are actors and they know the answers, and the one that knows the correct answer answer the wrong answer just to keep in with his peers, but I don't do that.
You're not doing that, you just have to talk.
I know, but I don't want to.
She doesn't want to, so. Yeah, it might be down to you, Dave, out in the car. I'll throw the mic pack through the window to you. And yeah, you can see if it actually works from the car into the studio. That would be actually quite impressive.
You could actually do it outside, to be honest. You could be in George's car and
yeah.
you could sit in ours.
When the weather's better, we could actually do it in the back lane, adhering to social distancing legislation things. You know what I mean. Ugly Bob says, poor calf, stop bullying her. Yeah, I should stop. I do apologise. It would be nice though, it'd be nice to have calf sat here next to me, so that every now and then I can just have a quick snooze. Calf can nudge me when it's time for me to say something. So what do you think, Mike? Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, we should definitely do that. That would work, that would work. Do you have snow at all, Mike? No, our snow is due tomorrow evening. It's coming from Amazon, and they said they're going to deliver it approximately 3 AM Sunday morning, so we're looking forward to that one.
It's going to be 7 o'clock tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. Have a look outside the window, Kath.
No, it's
we
not
have
right.
actual windows. This isn't,
12
even though
o'clock.
it seems like it isn't a virtual prison. There is a window we can look out.
Are we allowed to look out?
Yeah, you're allowed to look out. There's no restrictions on looking out the windows as of yet.
Worry about being away. No, it's not meant to snow till 12 o'clock tomorrow morning.
No, no snow as of yet.
Angel did build us a snow cat last week though. Didn't she?
Yeah, she did actually. We did build a little snowman out in the garden last week.
Snow cat.
Snow cat. Kath Hula Hoop video Mark 2. Yeah, that's definitely on the cards.
That's one off.
Dino says, a big hug to you both from Portugal. Thank you very much. Do you know, what's her name? Your friend in Portugal?
She doesn't live there now, but Janet Holland.
Do you know Janet Holland? She lives in Portugal, or did. It's such a small place, Portugal. They must know each other, surely. Big old place. Thank you, Dino. Thanks for stopping by. Irie Wolfman says, we had snow for 2 days. We returned as it didn't match the we returned it as it didn't match the advertising. Definitely. Okay, I think we've pretty much exhausted all the conversation for tonight. All I can say is thank you all so much for joining us on the stream. Thanks to Bob, and also thanks to Cosmic for sending us the beer and also the facilities to drink it out of. We will be having a brief chat, so for those of you that want to continue chatting to us after the stream, whilst I'm packing away all this stuff,
I do go on camera on that.
Kath does actually go on the camera and the microphone in our Discord chat. So if you want to meet the legendary Mrs. Mike's Unboxing, you can do it in the Discord chat after the stream. But otherwise, yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by on a Saturday evening. Thank you all so much for the super chats. It really does mean a massive deal to us. If you could be so kind as to slap a like on the video before you leave, that also would be appreciated. And also share the video with your friends if you think your friends may appreciate this kind of content. Or maybe I've just given you a shout out and you want to show your friends, look, this stupid man from YouTube said something about me. Then feel free to share with them as well. But if you want to join us in the Discord, we'll be in the Discord chat shortly. Although chances are the causality thing has kicked in, so I drink beer, therefore I must piss. So I'll be back straight after that. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews now too, and hopefully we'll catch you guys in the very next video. Thanks for watching.